Welcome to the Build Series. We are live in New York City. I'm Kevin Kenny, and sitting to my side is a global ambassador, a role model to millions around the world, and her videos online have been streamed over 1 billion times. Please give it up for Sofia Carson.
Thank you. That was a really cool intro.
Isn't that? Yeah, isn't that?
That's pretty crazy.
That should be your alarm clock in the morning.
Could you
You know what I
imagine?
mean? You have a down day?
My sister would love that.
I'm a global ambassador. No, I mean you've actually been really eloquent and articulate in just how funny those numbers are, and really the value or really the significance you find in them is when you get to meet some of those billions of people that watch your stuff.
Yeah, and a lot of them are here with me today, which is, hi guys. A round of applause to all of you, really, because you guys are the reason that I'm here, and I'm so grateful and so honored to be able to have you in my life and to be able to connect with you and share stories with each other, and it really is the most important thing that I can do.
I find that so remarkable because a lot of young people, when they achieve success or they achieve fame or notoriety, the role model aspect of it that is just really inherent at that level of success, they sort of resent or don't fully embrace. You run towards it. And you've always been that way, and I think it's amazing, and it's a testament to your character. But where does that come from?
Thank you, Kevin. I really appreciate that. It comes from my mom and the woman that I was raised to be, and the example that I was given. My mom, my grandma, I come from a lineage of remarkable and strong women who their strength comes from their capacity to give. That's the kind of people that they are. That's how they, to be a human being means to be able to give, to be a citizen of the world. And they set that example for my sister and I at a very young age that the most important thing that we can do is to give. And now that I have this platform and this voice, and that I have the incredible opportunity, the luck to be able to influence millions, how could I not embrace that and take that seriously with such responsibility?
Yeah, and that's a huge blessing that it seems like from what you said, you had a purpose. You knew your purpose very early on in life, where I know a lot of people in the arts, they enjoy what they do, they enjoy their craft, but they struggle sometimes with finding the significance of, what are we really doing? You know what I mean? And what is the purpose? But you had that from a very early age.
You're right. I hadn't thought of it that way. I think I'm very lucky in that sense, because you're right. You do have that moment where it's like, what is this all for? And when you realize there's such a great and important purpose behind all of this, it's so meaningful and so important.
Yeah. I want to draw attention to something that maybe a casual fan may not be aware of. You're such a success these days.
Thank you.
It's hard to imagine everyone ever, saying no, they don't want you on their song, or saying no, they don't want you in their movie. But you went through a ton of no's before you really landed your breakout role in the world of acting. How important do you think those early setbacks seem even funny to say, but those early maybe rejections? How important is that to sort of informing, your success today?
It's such a crazy industry, because I think it's maybe one of the only industries in the world where even as actors and musicians, we're constantly looking for jobs. You mean, like, you have a job and you consistently stay in a job, right? But if you're auditioning, you're constantly in job interviews, especially in the beginning of your career, where I guess every audition that you don't get is technically a no or a setback.
Right.
But when I moved to LA and I was going to school at the same time I was at UCLA, and my mom, I think, gave me this advice, and she said to not take every audition or every opportunity, every no, don't look at it as a no. Look at it as a chance to walk into that room, give your best self and give your best impression, and just leave something behind and learn from it and take that with you and grow from that. And I think that's what I tried to do with every single audition, every room that I walked into. I tried to enjoy the chance to be in that character's shoes for a moment in time and then grow from that. But it definitely does thicken your skin. It makes you stronger, and it makes you cherish the opportunities when they do arrive.
The gratitude, right?
The gratitude, yeah.
Totally.
Absolutely.
There's so much to talk to you about. We don't have all day here on Build. I want to talk to you about your link up with Rehab. First of all, have you met Rehab?
Yeah,
Is he not the nicest guy?
He's
in the
awesome.
world?
He's awesome. Yeah, we worked together on our song "Rumors" that we released a little while back. And when we'd worked on it, we met when we shot the music video. But when we recorded the song, we recorded in different parts of the world, which is pretty crazy how we can do that nowadays. But when we worked on this track, something just clicked, and we both really fell in love with it, and it really spoke to us. And we're telling this story about falling in love with a love that doesn't love you back. And I think we've all been there.
Right.
But something about this song just felt really special and magical to us. So we were so honored to share it with the world. And the day that it came out, it was the most added song in the world.
Oh, yeah.
The most played song in the world, which was crazy.
Well, yeah, and let me just add to that stat, because I'm a music guy, and if you guys use Spotify, New Music Friday, the playlist is just like the holy ground. Every artist wants it.
It's the holy grail.
And we have our New Music Friday here in North America, in the United States, but there's New Music Fridays in every
globally,
country.
every country.
And that day, this song, your song, Rehab, was the most added globally.
That whole weekend, and
so round of applause for that, really quick, because that is. The music industry person in me is just like, that's amazing.
Me too. Well, thank you to you guys. Honestly, it was so overwhelming and so amazing to see that.
Yeah, so cool.
Thank you.
When you're singing these songs, because I think about you as an actress and you as an artist, are you singing from personal experience? Are you maybe trying to get into character sometimes? Like, how do you deliver these lyrics?
That's a great question, because it's true. As an actress, you step into a character's shoes and you tell someone else's story. But as a musician, you're telling your own story. So yeah, a lot of the times, especially when I'm singing them, they come from a place that's really near and dear to my heart. So it's a really vulnerable and a really scary thing, but a really beautiful thing when it's embraced, how it's been embraced.
Yeah. And it almost, even if you're singing about heartbreak, by sharing it and helping other people with their heartbreak,
therapy.
You get rid of it.
It's so true.
You give it away almost.
It's the most incredible. I performed the song for the first time yesterday, Good Morning America, which was amazing. It was
nerve-wracking.
Nerve-wracking, absolutely, but really, really, really thrilling at the same time, like everything in life, right? And then I performed it at Billboard shortly after, and there's no better feeling in the world when you perform a song that comes from your heart. It's really magical.
Yeah. I saw that Billboard performance. It was beautiful yesterday. I want to talk about Gray Area, too.
Yeah.
So I love that song.
Thank you.
And those guys are so talented,
I love
both
that
of them.
record, yeah.
Yeah. But another song, I'm a little worried, Sophia. Like another song about heartbreak and heartache. And
do you know something funny?
Yeah.
When I was about 15 years old and I had first started writing with other writers in the studio, I would travel to LA while I was in high school, and I would be in the studio, and I think a writer came up to my mom outside of the studio and was like, "Is your daughter okay?" And my mom was like, What do you mean? What happened?" And he was like, "I think someone like really broke her heart." And then she started cracking up, because at that time I had never had a boyfriend. Like it was all coming from my imagination. So I don't know if that's even more concerning, that I was imagining all this tragic heartbreak.
Well, wasn't your first song at like 11, Leave Me Alone?
Yeah, wow, this is really cool. I'm so happy that you know this. Yeah, so I wrote that when I was 11. My first song, I wrote it I was at my grandma's house with my sister and my cousin, and it was called Leave Me Alone. And I wrote it in English and in Spanish.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Feisty 11-year-old.
Exactly.
That's amazing. Well,
Yeah.
and I want to ask you about this place you found in the world of EDM. You've collaborated with Gray, Rehab, Alan Walker also. What do you like about the sonics of that you're able to lend your vocals to?
There's something in the melodies that are kind of so haunting and so beautiful, and almost like feel like this beautiful lullaby in a way that I really connect to. In the world of EDM, it's such a universal language. No matter what part of the world I've been able to play in Mexico or in Tokyo or wherever it is, it's like this universal language that just kind of connects everyone. It's a cool world.
Yeah, universals I think is a really great word for everything you really do.
I appreciate that.
I want to talk to you about your work with UNICEF.
Thank you.
Which is just so incredible, and it sounds like you're actually gearing up for another field visit.
I am, yeah. Actually, Julianne is here with me from UNICEF, who is incredible, and we are gearing up to visit the Côte d'Ivoire in Africa. This was when I was in Brazil with them this summer, and it was, speaking of the most important thing that I could do, it's this right here. It's remarkable, the work that they do. And, I spoke for many years about, wanting to be able to change lives in a way. But when you really get to, hug the girls and hug the children whose lives have literally been changed by education, by the simple fact of going to school, which we can take for granted, it's a miracle. So I'll be going to Africa very soon, and I'm really excited because their work over there involves both climate change and education all in one. So I'm really excited. Yeah.
Just to ask what the biggest lesson you've learned from your work with UNICEF is probably too impossible a question to answer, but are there prevailing lessons that you've sort of been able to internalize? And
I mean, I think really, and I always knew education was the most important thing in a child's life, but I think it took on a whole new meaning when a girl in Brazil will tell you that, you know, before she was on the streets and, you know, abuse was a part of her life until she went to school and she was educated and she was literally saved. So I think that to me has been remarkable. And just to see there are people in every corner of the world who work with UNICEF whose lives are completely dedicated to changing lives. The goodness that is out there, it's so beautiful and gives such hope, I think, for our generation and for the world to really see that there's such good in the world. And it's so special to be a part of that in a small way.
And you need those reminders of the good.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, congratulations on becoming the new global ambassador for Revlon.
Thank you.
Another round of applause for that.
Thank
That's
you.
incredible. It's like you, Ashley Graham, Wonder Woman.
So cool. I haven't seen it this
Oh, you
big.
haven't seen it?
No, this is so.
We're premiering this for you?
Cool. I mean, I'd seen it like this. This is like.
Of course.
It's
a
this
little
is a
different
whole
when
other.
it's this
Yeah.
big. Yeah.
That eyeliner looks really cool. That looks really cool. It's an honor. It's an honor, truly, truly. You know, Audrey Hepburn is one of my icons, one of my forever icons, and she was the global ambassador for Revlon. Ashley Graham, Gal Gadot, who I want to be here when I grow up, and Wonder Woman, Adwoa Anyola. I'm joining a lineage of really remarkable women who, you know, the Revlon brand speaks to the woman that I was meant to be. It's beyond women who have a pretty face. It's women who are changing the world, changing their industry, who are the epitome of what it means to live boldly, which is to, you know, love yourself fearlessly and to fight for your dreams. And I'm so happy. I can't wait for you guys to see what we have lined up for the year.
This kicks off in the spring, which is really exciting.
Kicks off in the spring, yeah, but it's been a secret that I've had to keep for a few months.
I know. That's the hardest part, right?
It is. It is.
What do you love so much about Audrey? Because I know, like, your Oscars dress was like an homage to Audrey.
It was to her first Oscars. You know, I think, and I keep mentioning my mom, and the women in my life are really important to me, but my mom and my grandma were the first references of fashion that I had. And the first lipstick I wore was my mom's red Revlon lipstick. And growing up, I think they always referred to Audrey Hepburn or Grace Kelly as, you know, the epitome of beauty and class. And Audrey also was so much more than just fashion, a fashion icon. She was also a UNICEF ambassador. So I've just always really kind of been drawn to her. And even in what I wear as well, I always tend to kind of gravitate towards the classic and the timeless. So yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Have you ever heard of Pop Crave? It's like a popular.
I have, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
have.
They love you.
Yeah, they're awesome.
We partnered up with them because we knew you were going to be here. And
Oh,
we put out some
cool.
fan questions last night. And in like an hour, we had like 150 fan questions for you.
That's
But we picked
amazing.
out some of the best ones we're going to
Okay,
ask you
I'm
right
excited.
now. And if we have those tweets, we do have those tweets. Let's see. This comes from Salma. And if
Ooh.
you were going to be headlining on a tour with just the songs you have out so far, what would you name the tour? I thought this was an excellent
This is
question.
such an excellent question, Salma. Wow. What would I name the tour?
Not to put you on the spot.
Wait, okay, can I phone a friend? I'm curious to see what you guys would name the tour. Can I ask
Do
them?
we have any tour name ideas?
Any tour suggestions?
Someone just said I love
This
you.
is a tough one.
I don't know if that was a tour name or they were just confessing their love.
Yeah, I Love You tour. The Love Tour. The Love Tour. The thing is, I want to say a name, but I can't. Oh, I have
Why wouldn't you
so
say
much
it?
to say, but I can't say because it might be the name of something else. That's, you know what I mean? So I don't want to give away what I'm gonna say. But I have a name in mind. Can I answer that?
Yeah.
I have a name in mind, but I just can't share it because it'd be giving too much away.
What about one really cool hint to that name? Nothing too specific, just some hints that we can look back. Your fans can look back on this and go, "Oh, I knew it. I figured it out."
The thing is, I gave that away. Okay, it's related to my name. That's not a very exciting hint, but it's related to my name.
All right. You just said Twitter ablaze, just so you know.
You guys are gonna kill me.
The Twitter detectives are already on the case.
I'm already getting at the DMs like, Sophia,
Yeah.
what do you
Yeah.
mean?
Cool. We have a bunch of these great ones. This comes from Maria, and she said, "Whose music do you currently have in your playlist library? Tell us some of your favorite songs." I know a couple months ago it was Daniel Caesar.
Wow, You're very thorough.
I know.
I really appreciate
Those same
that.
detectives that are going to figure out your title.
My title for the world tour.
Told me all this stuff.
Yeah, Daniel Caesar's a big one. Right now, I'm really into Lizzo. It's my favorite way to wake up in the morning, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Lizzo. Billie Eilish, her last record is incredible. Rosalia. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch any of the Grammys on
I did.
Sunday night?
I did, yeah.
You met Alicia at the Latin Grammys, right?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
It's those
I did. I did. I
those
did.
Twitter detectives. You do an
I
amazing
actually,
job.
she was one of my first concerts, and I grew up absolutely adoring Alicia Keys. No One was one of the first songs that I ever sang in in a music meeting. One of my first big music meetings, I sang No One. So I've always admired her. I think she did such a beautiful job on Sunday.
Before launching straight into Leave Me Alone.
Make it straight into Leave Me Alone.
Got them warmed up with No One. and
I
then-
should release that song one day. You guys just could laugh about it.
Literally. Trying out some new stuff. Well, cool. That's a great playlist you just gave us. Melanie wants to know, are you planning on releasing Spanish songs in the future?
I am. You know, being bilingual and bicultural has been such a huge blessing and asset to have, to be able to, you know, go travel to Latin America, to Argentina, to Mexico, and connect with people and be able to speak in their language and to feel like I'm, you know, a part of them in some way has been so beautiful to be in this business and do that. And I released, actually, which was surreal to even say out loud, I was a part of the Lion King soundtrack because I performed Circle of Life in Spanish. I sang the official version, which was crazy to be on that soundtrack. But I would love to release more in Spanish. Yeah, you guys will be hearing more of that.
What about a French song? Because don't you speak like a
I
little...
do speak French. Oui, je parle français. I would always love to. I kind of want to do a song
Oui.
that has a little bit of French. Oui. Croissant.
yeah.
Chocolat.
Delicious.
Exactly. But yeah, I would love to do that. I think that'd be
That's
really cool.
Right on. Are there any other languages? Not that three's not enough, but...
Just the 3 for now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Do we have another one? We do. I think this is the last one. Any advice for trying to drop toxic friendships, even though they may be your best friend?
That's so tough.
Also, Brandy, your best friend is going to know
I know.
that you think they're toxic now.
Valid.
Yeah.
Valid. That's difficult. And I think we've all been there. But I think sometimes you have to love yourself first. And people who truly love you will understand that, if that makes any sense.
I think it's great advice.
Yeah.
Is there another Twitter question? There is one more.
There is one more.
This is the final one. You're always talking
more.
about girl power.
Can we just see, it's called Sophia's Gummy Bear. Like, you guys know me so well. Like, you know that that is my weakness, the whole gummy variety.
Oh, you love gummy bears.
I love candy. I love gummies.
Okay.
The gummy family, sour,
Yeah.
any of that.
When you're,
That's unrelated. Sorry, I just wanted to.
are you more
address-
candy or like the sweets? Like
I
a
need
sweets
the
or like
balance.
okay.
I need both. Like, I need the sour and the
Mhm.
chocolate. You know, like the
Yeah.
yin and the yang.
Yeah.
Sour and chocolate.
Yeah, totally. I gotcha.
Anyways, okay, you're always talking about girl power, inspiring many girls around the world. What is really important to me? Okay, so I would like to
Oh, I'm
know.
supposed to read that. I
how
just
im-
realized.
Oh, you read it. Go for it.
No.
I took that.
It's
I took
the
your
host
line.
in you.
I took your line.
No, it's fine. How important is it to make other girls feel empowered?
I love that question, and it really feels like it's the most important thing that I can do. It's my greatest honor and my greatest blessing.
Awesome. Cool. Do you have a favorite kind of gummy bear? Are there flavors of gummy bears?
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
I'm less of a gummy bear person, just like gummy, like sour,
Yeah.
like
Sour Patch
the
Kids.
ropes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. They still make Nerds ropes. That was my jam.
Oh my
back in
God,
the day.
Nerds ropes.
Do you remember that?
TPT.
Yeah,
Those
totally.
are good.
Yeah.
FAO Schwartz and like getting all the candy from the candy place. That was like my favorite place in New York.
That's not there anymore, right?
No, I don't think so.
All right.
What a shame.
On that bummer
On that
note,
note.
now that we've brought the room down, let's kick it to some of the fans here in New York City. The first is going to come from the front row. What's your name?
Sophia.
Hi, Sophie. Fun fact, we ran into each other. We didn't run into each other. She was very kindly waiting for me outside of Billboard. And
Oh, no
she was
way.
like, I couldn't find a ticket to get into AOL, so we made sure she was able to be here today. Because
Oh,
Sophia's
that's-
been, like, we've been friends for many, many years. She's an amazing girl.
That's awesome. Very
Yeah.
cool.
My question is, how was the process of recording I Love You?
It was actually really special. So Rehab sent me an idea for a song, like a rough, this beautiful track, and something just clicked, and I finished writing the song and wrote the lyrics for it, and it happened really, really fast. I wrote it on the notes page on my phone. It all kind of came to me. And then we recorded the song, gosh, maybe back in May or June. And that was also one of those recording sessions, because sometimes recording sessions can take hours and hours and hours, or maybe 2 days, or sometimes the song just kind of comes really easily and it happens in like an hour, and that was one of those songs. And it really just kind of came together really beautifully. And the music video, the concept behind that, something that I worked on for many, many months with our director, and I wanted it to be like a really honest and true story, a really vulnerable story, which is what I Love You is about.
Awesome. Great question.
Thank you.
Do you like the music videos just with your acting experience? Do you like being on set?
I do. I think it's such a cool way to be able to, because I love performing, whether it's acting or singing, so to be able to incorporate both is such a beautiful thing.
Totally.
Yeah, music videos are fun.
We have time for one final fan question right here in New York. It's going to come from over here. What's your name, man?
Hi, I'm Calvin.
Hi, Calvin.
Hi, Sophia. So I was wondering, have you thought of any other music artists that you would like to collab with?
Yeah. Gosh, so many. So many. We were talking about Ricky Martin earlier, who I adore. I've admired my whole life. Again, I'm going to say the incredible women in music right now who I admire so much for so fearlessly being themselves and releasing such genuine art to the world. Lizzo, Rosalia, Billie, Maggie Rogers also is amazing. Daniel Caesar, so many incredible artists. Thank you for your question.
Good question, Calvin. All right. Unfortunately, we're out of time, but you've been a great sport with all the...
Your interviews are amazing. Thank you, guys. I really enjoy coming here.
Yeah, thanks for coming by.
Of course.
This is awesome. Sophia Carson, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Love you.